NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's Chippewa River Baseball League game as the 9-6 Eau Claire Cavaliers, who are 7-4 in the CRBL, take on the Eau Claire Rivermen from Cinder City Park in Altoona. The Rivermen come into this weekend tied with the Cavaliers in the South Division of the CRBL. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Rivermen. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective on today's game in the Ryan Bemnister Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to see where things stand. We'll also take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Cinder City Park in Altoona. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time Shiro to all of us. You nurture, we listen. You teach, we thrive. You lift our spirits, but we've got to lay down the truth. It's time for you, our Shiro, to stretch for the stars. A free online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Start saving more for retirement so you can feel prepared and live your life to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Now, very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will face up the Eau Claire Rivermen in a battle for second place in the CRBL South Division from Cinder City Park in Altoona. Now, as we approach the Chippewa River Baseball League All-Star Game this Friday at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls, this would be a good time to take a look at the Cavalier leaders. Now, leading the way for the Cavaliers at the plate is Gabe O'Brien, who's hitting at a .469 pace and has driven in 13 RBI on 15 hits, including 5 doubles and 2 home runs.
And the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. This one's tagged, and it's out of here! Into the fan deck, a 2-run home run by Gabe O'Brien. That's his second home run of the season.
Now, right behind O'Brien with a .444 batting average is Cooper Kapanke, who has 12 hits, including 3 doubles.
So Kapanke was on a fielder's choice, and Redwine was safe. Ground ball, fair ball, right down the third baseline. 2 runs coming in, and Cooper Kapanke checks in with a double.
Xavier Bemnister is hitting .360, going 9 for 25, including a double.
And the pitch. Line shot out into center field. That's going to fall in to right field. 1 runs in. Kapanke checks in at third, and Xavier Bemnister with a double to right field.
Campbell Kapanke is batting .348, including 5 doubles and a triple.
Trying to keep it so he can barrel up on it, which he does there. Fly ball into right field. It falls in. Diving for it was Matson. It gets past him, goes out to the warning track. Kapanke trying to get to third. This is going to be close, and he slides in safely with a triple.
And Caden Erickson at .333 rounds out the Cavaliers, hitting over 300, and he's contributed 4 doubles.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Line shot out into left field for a base hit. O'Reilly comes in to score. Coming into second is Erickson. So Erickson doubles to left with an RBI.
On the mound, the Cavaliers are being led by Lucas Costley. He's posted a 4-0 record with a 2.54 earned run average and has struck out 36 in his 35 1/3 innings pitched, including 3 complete games. Andrew Milner has a 3.38 ERA with a 1-2 record, Andrew Wathke comes out of the bullpen with an ERA of 4.91 in 7 1/3 innings pitched. As a staff, the Cavaliers have a combined ERA of 4.09 with a whip of 1.74. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective as we chat with him on The Ryan Bemnister Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 8th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Merrill, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 1:55 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, July 8th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bemnister Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bemnister Show.
Once again, we're back here at the Goat Coffee House on Water Street, where they have sandwiches and pastries and really good coffee. And we're talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister. And Ryan, today the Cavaliers will be taking on the Eau Claire Rivermen in a game that has a lot of meaning in the CRBL South Division race. But before we get to that, a little over a week ago, the Cavaliers were scheduled for a doubleheader against the Cadott Red Sox. First game got played, and then the rains came, and the second game got washed away and has to be made up. Any word on the makeup date for that game?
Yeah, it's going to be the 21st of July, 7 o'clock at Carson.
Very good. So we get to have that one again.
Yes.
Now, we're nearly at the halfway point of the season. I'd like to get your thoughts about the growth of the Cavaliers so far this year.
I think we're heading in the right direction on all fronts, hitting, batting, pitching, or hitting, fielding, pitching. We're young to start the year. A lot of new faces this year. We've had a lot of guys switching in and out of positions. A lot of uncomfortable people playing uncomfortable positions. You know, third base has always been a tough one for us this year so far. But I think the team's heading in the right direction. I like the energy level that we've seen in the last few games that we've played. I like the camaraderie of the guys is great. The dugout. I mean, it's been a fun season so far, being my first season. It's a different atmosphere. It's a lot of fun. I think they're geared up for a good second half run. We got our goals on what we have to do. We want to finish second in the CRBL, and we're right there right now. So if we can just stay on pace with that, we'll be fine. I think if we can carve out 7 or 8 wins in the second half, we're going to be just fine.
Now, last Thursday night, the Chippewa River Baseball League held a meeting to select players for this year's CRBL All-Star Game, which will be held at Casper Park in Chippewa Falls. What Cavaliers were selected for the All-Star Game, and can you tell us a little about each of them?
Yeah, we got 5, which is a good number. I mean, that's a big number, which is really nice, and that's what we should have representing the Cavs. There's a couple of guys on the fringe I think should have made it also, but we got 5. Go through it. Cooper Kapanke made it from first base. We all know about Coop. He's been a solid Cavalier for his entire career, basically. One of the heart and souls of the guys in the team. Hitting the cover off the ball right now. Solid first baseman, so it's a no-brainer to put him on.
And always has a smile on his face.
Yes. One of the happiest guys I've ever met. It's really annoying. But it's good. It's nice to have that on the team. He's positive in everything he does. He's never negative. He's always there for everybody. It's good. It's just a good all-around baseball player. We got another infielder. Caden Erickson made it. Caden's bat has been basically ridiculous for us this year. He's our leadoff guy. Solid second baseman. Actually middle infielder, but the second base is where he's been staying most of the year and stuff like that. But Caden's a good all-around guy, and I would call him more of a captain. He takes on a big leadership role like he's been here for a while. I know it's only his second year. But he's always a good leader like Cooper is, like whole time it is, and those guys like that. So he always helps out in that front, getting the team motivated, getting them ready. And again, like I said, a good baseball player, great leadoff guy, on base a lot. So he made it also.
You talked about his defensive play, and I was thinking back
to last week Wednesday when he did 2/3 of a double play. He fielded a ground ball, went over, tapped second. Then he had to leap in the air and spin to fire an on-target throw to first base to complete the double play. It was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, a lot of these errors, I mean, he had a few errors in the beginning of the year, and a lot of those you can attribute to the field of play that we were on. It was very difficult field of play type of stuff going when he was playing, so we don't look much into that. We know how good a defender he is, and he is a solid second baseman, one of the better ones in the league. Outfielders, we got 2 outfielders on the roster. We got Gabe O'Brien. Gabe's our leading hitter right now. He was a no-brainer. Guy's got power, he's got speed, he's got every tool that you want in a baseball player. He's there to play every single day. Again, like I said, our leading hitter. I think he's leading us in RBIs also. He's just a good guy to have around. Another one of those older guys, you know, that's just with the team. He's more of a quiet leader and subtle funny, but he's a great guy to have around in the dugout. A great arm in the outfield, great glove, all around.
Okay.
Then Xavier Bemnister made it for the outfield also. He has had, we had him last year. You know what kind of year he had last year, but what kind of glove he had. Well, now he's put both tools together this year. His bat's been very good for us. You know, I think he's 3rd on the team in average. He's got quick speed. I think he's leading the team in stolen bases, or 2nd in the stolen bases. Probably the best center fielder in the CRBL.
Yeah, his range is amazing.
No ball gets down on him. I mean, the ball on Augusta, he was frustrated with that, kept carrying to the wall. He's still got a glove on that. It just dipped off the tip of the glove. He thought he should have had. So, stuff like that, that's what we want to see in our players. Come back in and they're like, man, that guy hit a big triple. And our guy would go, no, he shouldn't have. I should have got that ball. We had to run 85 feet to get to it in 4 seconds. I don't think he can do that. But that's the kind of player that Xavier is. And you and I both know no ball really hits the ground in there. And if it does, he's throwing you out at home, throwing you out at third. And he leads us in putouts and assists from the outfield. It's a great glove to have and a good player to have, too. And then, this was the knowest brainer of all of them, Lucas Cosley.
Oh, yeah.
So, Lucas made it just based on his stats. He's undefeated this season.
4-0.
4-0.
3 complete games.
3-0 in the CRBL, 3 complete games. His ERA is 1.27, which is really, really, really amazing considering he gave up a good amount of runs in a non-conference game in the beginning of the year. But he has battled for us. He's always been our workhorse. I believe he was an all-star last year, too. Kid just wants the ball, and he's one of those kids that wants the ball. And when he takes it, he knows what to do with it, and he performs. His stats don't lie. I think it's like 22 innings, 22 strikeouts. Limited on the walks. Like I said, the ERA is low. The WHIP's like 109, right where you want those guys to be. So Lucas made it too. So those are our 5 guys. We're gonna represent the Cavs.
And Lucas, again, looking back last week Wednesday when he threw that 9-inning performance against Augusta, the smile on his face when he came off the field after that game was over, it was ear to ear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was very happy to finish that game out. I mean, a 9-inning complete game is a tough one to do in the CRBL. You can do the 7-inning ones, and I know that game we stretched him a little bit long. Didn't affect us in that game, but he's one of those guys that he can throw 110 pitches, and he knows that he'll be done for 6 days, 7 days, and he'll be back, and that's good for him.
Now today the Cavaliers take on the Eau Claire Rivermen. Now the Rivermen and the Cavaliers came into this weekend tied for 2nd place in the CRBL South behind the Osseo Merchants. So what can you tell us about the Rivermen?
They're younger and better than they were last year. I know that. They got a decent pitching squad from what I've heard. They played really well at the beginning of the season like we did, and they've tapered off a little bit just like we have. It's almost like we're trying to mirror image each other. But they're a solid baseball team. It's just one of those teams that you never know what you're really going to get out of them. Like I said, they're young, so they're going to be aggressive. They're going to be hungry, and they're sitting well in the standings. I think the Bears are right behind both of us, so it's just a log jam of stuff. So we got to find ways to win those type of games, to get us separated, to not get into the crazy tiebreaker stuff that this league has. I want to avoid all that math. We're not going to take them lightly. It's going to be a hard game, but I hope we come out on top.
And who's getting the call to the mound?
We're going to go with Andrew Milner tonight.
Okay, very good. Well, Ryan, good luck on tonight's game. hopefully the Cavaliers can step into second place all alone and keep the pressure on those Osseo Merchants.
Hope so.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bembnister Show presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, with Cavalier manager Ryan Bembnister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's matchup between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Rivermen. The Cavaliers are coming off a game with the Augusta Athletics last night, while the Bloomer Woodticks took on the Jim Falls Sturgeons. We'll have the results of those games coming up for you in the broadcast of today's game. The league standings coming into this weekend were as follows. In the North, the 12-2 Tilden Tigers have a 4-game lead over the 6-4 Cadott Red Sox. Meanwhile, the Jim Falls Sturgeons at 4-6 are 6 games back, and the Bloomer Woodticks at 3-7 are 7 back, while the 3-8 Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks are 7.5 games behind. In the South, the unbeaten at 11-0 Osseo Merchants hold a 4.5 game lead over the Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Rivermen, who were tied at 6-4. Now in third place at 5-4 are the Eau Claire Bears, 5 games off the pace, while the 1-8 Augusta Athletics are 9 games back, and the Beef River Bullfrogs are 10.5 games out. The Cavaliers taking on the Rivermen is the only CRBL action today. Now coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday, June 28th, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Beef River Bullfrogs from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on Wednesday, June 28th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
It was good. A good learning experience for us. We're still a pretty young team, but we grew a lot as a team and good experience.
Now you're also a returning Cavalier player from last year. How would you compare the collegiate ball with playing for the Cavaliers in the summer?
I think it's pretty similar. The main difference would be the wood bats, and I think it's more fun.
Now when did you start playing baseball?
I think I started when I was like 3.
Nice and early, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, aside from the Cavaliers, what's the highest level? Would that have been UW-Eau Claire that you've played?
Yep.
Okay. Now, can you tell us about your most memorable baseball event? Now, that could be something that you saw as a spectator or that you played in.
Man, I think most memorable, Christian Yelich. I went to his bobblehead day 2 years ago, and he hit a home run, and I thought the place was gonna blow up. It was awesome.
You know, sometimes most of the players have said something about a game that they were in, but I'm with you on that. Sometimes your most memorable is something that you saw.
It was crazy.
Now, how about a little bit more about your family or friends that'll be watching you at Cavalier games?
So I'm from Black River Falls. My parents come to almost every game. They really enjoy watching me play, and I love playing for them. And yeah, that's about it.
So bear in mind, folks, On Cavalier game days, traffic could be a little heavy between Black River Falls and Eau Claire.
Oh, yeah.
All right, some rapid fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Pie.
Which kind?
I have to go apple.
Okay, the good old-fashioned American favorite. Yeah. Okay. Favorite color and why?
I'd say orange. Growing up, we in Black River Falls, the mascot was a tiger, and orange came along with that.
Okay. All right. Now, if you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
I think I'd want to fly. I could go wherever I want.
Now, if you have a superpower, you have to have a superhero name to go with it. So what's Chase's superhero name?
I think it'd be Jaeger Bomb.
Jaeger Bomb. Okay. Yeah, I've run into that superhero on occasion in the past. Yeah.
I might have too.
All right. As you were growing up, your favorite major league team?
Brewers.
Okay. And was there a particular player that you kind of emulated your play after?
I'd say maybe Ricky Weeks or Gene Segura.
Okay. All right. And what about their play?
They were just really clean in the infield and didn't try to do too much at the plate.
Now, as you were growing up, what would be your favorite movie or TV show that kind of kept your attention?
I think Breaking Bad. I love Breaking Bad.
That's a pretty weird show, though, isn't it?
It is. It's good.
We're talking with Chase Jaeger on Cavalier Profile. And Chase, when you're not playing baseball, where are we going to find you?
Probably at the beach. I love spending time outside.
Okay.
Anywhere outside.
Now, when people come to Cavalier games and they're looking for that Chase Jaeger guy out there, we heard he's out there playing. Where are they going to find you?
All over. Mostly in the infield, though.
Okay, primarily kind of a utility player.
Yeah.
Okay. We want to thank Chase Jaeger for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. Coming up next, more In the Dugout.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more In the Dugout coming right up.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today the Cavaliers face off against the Eau Claire Rivermen. Now these two teams came into this weekend tied for second place in the Chippewa River Baseball League South Division. So not only is this a cross-town rivalry game, but it will have a big impact on the standings in the division and ultimately in the playoff race. Now, last year the Cavaliers swept the Rivermen 17-7 and 2-1, but this year's Rivermen are playing much better baseball and should put up a good challenge for the Cavaliers. That means that you're about to see some exciting Cavalier baseball, and we'll have it for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment I'll be joining the rest of our broadcast crew at Cinder City Park in Altoona as we bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Rivermen. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Slaton's Technology Services can help when your computer decides to not cooperate. It can be very frustrating. Let Slayton's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Slayton's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Slayton's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Slayton's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly brings you today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us as we follow the Cavs while they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Fly ball into left field. Could it be? Could it be? Way back. It's off the fence and it's out of here. It's a 3-run home run and the Cavaliers take the lead.
And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And good evening and welcome to Cinder City Park in Altoona, where today the Eau Claire Cavaliers traveled a great distance from Eau Claire to Altoona to take on the Eau Claire Rivermen. And I'm not exactly sure why we're at Cinder City Park, but what the heck, we'll take it. Especially after last night's game, they're going to have to go some to make a game as interesting and as exciting as last night's extra inning walk-off win by the Cavaliers. With me today, Dan Petchow. He's multitasking big time today. Let's see, Dan, what have you got? You've got the scoreboard, you've got color commentary, you're the sign flipper, you're the umpire identifier, you're all kinds of things today.
And an opinionator, too.
No, officially, yeah, the opinionator, okay.
Is that your super name? Yeah, that's my super name.
All right.
Oh, yeah, because you've never done an interview with me yet.
Okay, that's right. And also with us today, Cassie Johnson-Nelson on the camera and Ann Monroe on the computer, and it's a beautiful day for baseball here at Cinder City Park. And we're getting real close to getting ready to start this one. Starting lineup for the Cavaliers, leading off second baseman Caden Erickson, batting second to the left fielder Campbell Kapanke, batting third and right field Gabe O'Brien. That's what's due up this inning. Tyler Gray on the mound for the Rivermen. Caden Erickson steps in, and the first pitch, that's called strike. Breaking ball. No balls and a strike. Gray in the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into left field, and that's out beyond Rooney. And Erickson rounds first. He's heading to second. He's going to stand up there. So a leadoff double for Caden Erickson to left field. And that's going to bring up Campbell Kapanke. Kapanke comes into the game batting .385. Erickson takes his lead out at second. Gray looks over there. Now he fires. A little high for ball one. Whole different perspective where we are today. We're right behind home plate at ground level. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. Teddy Joas behind the plate. Trevor Kolop out on the bases. Or do I have that backwards, Dan? Here's the pitch. Foul ball on the right side. And he caught it. That was Davis over there making the catch. James Davis right up against the fence. That's going to bring up Gabe O'Brien. O'Brien batting .486 for the Cavs. Here's the pitch. It's high for a ball. Erickson with a lead at second. There's the pitch. High and away. Ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. O'Brien had the game-winning RBI in the 10th inning last night. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. Two balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. That's low for a ball. Smothered by Jake Becker. Rivermen around the infield. Efforts at third. Stirs at short. Johnson at second. Davis at first. Becker behind the plate. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's a strike. In the outfield, it's Rooney, Lettner, and St. John going from left to right. And Tyler Gray on the mound. The payoff pitch. Fouled away off the left side, out of play. Rivermen come into this game with a 6-6 overall record. They are 6-4 in the CRBL. They're just a half a game behind the Cavaliers for second place in the South Division. Here's the pitch, and it's low for ball 4. Gabe O'Brien draws the walk, and that's going to bring up Cooper Kapanke.
I love it, man.
Kapanke batting .406. And the pitch. It's low for a ball. Tyler Gray looks over at second where Caden Erickson is, and the pitch is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. And the Ospreys are chirping off to our right. Pop up into shallow left field. Humpy called infield fly rule as Stirs goes back and makes the catch. So there's 2 down, 2 runners on. Brings up Xavier Bemnister. Bemnister batting .385. And the first pitch is a strike. No balls and 1 strike to Xavier. Gray looks over at second. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into right field, moving over St. John, and he makes the catch. That was such a nice fly ball. St. John decided to catch it twice. So for the Cavaliers, aside from the leadoff double by Caden Erickson, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 were left on base. So we've played a half inning, and it's the Cavaliers nothing, and the Rivermen coming to bat on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
And we're back here at Cinder City Park, and we need to pick a Gino's player of the game. So Ann is going to roll our 10-sided die. First time is a 1. We got to get a number twice. There's a 3, and there's a 1. So Caden Erickson will be our Gino's player of the game. He got off to a good start. It had potential there in the first inning with a double, but he did not come in and score. So when you go out to Gino's tomorrow, Make sure you drop Caden's name at this point. You'd get a free soft drink. And if he manages to score today, then you will get free appetizer. Campbell Kapanke provided that. You still have time to get out to Gino's and drop Campbell's name from last night because he scored, and you can get a free appetizer out there at Gino's Pizza. We roll that special 10-sided dice until we get a number twice. Leading off, Lance Lettner for the Rivermen. Andrew Milner on the mound, and Lettner got hit in the side with that one. That's 2 nights in a row that the leadoff hitter in the game gets hit by the pitch. Milner comes into the game with a 1-2 record, a 3.38 earned run average. He's throwing 21 in the third innings. He's given up 8 earned runs, 31 strikeouts, 21 walks. He's at the belt, and the pitch just inside to Brett Johnson, the second baseman. Lettner on first, takes his lead. And the pitch gets away from Timon behind the plate, and rounding second, looking to go to third, and thinks better of it. Two balls, no strikes. And one's in the dirt. It gets away from Timon and down to third. Three balls, no strikes now to Brett Johnson. Milner delivers. That's a strike on the inside corner. 3-1's the count. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Strike called, throw it on to third, but getting back in time is Lettner. Count is full, 3-2 to Brett Johnson. Here's the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. So with one down, up steps Sawyer Stirs, the shortstop. Fly ball out into center field. Bemnister ranging over. He makes the catch. Runner coming in, and he's going to score. So Stirs gets a sacrifice to center field. That's going to bring up Joel Efforts. 1-0, Rivermen on top. And the first pitch is a ball. Damn, they've got one run. And that pitch got him. So Efforts down to first. And that's going to bring up designated hitter Andy Neese. Andy has been playing ball in this league for over 30 years. Here's the first pitch. It's inside for a ball. 31 years, it says here. Here's the pitch. That just missed. Must have been low. 2 balls, no strikes. Milner delivers. Swing and a miss. Neese laughs about it a little as The swing knocked him to his knees. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 down, runner on first, 1 run in. And the pitch. Chopper foul on the third base side. Count holds at 2-2. Two down. Milner's pitch. Fly ball foul on the right side into the other ball field over there, and they were all hollering for those kids to watch out. And the count remains 2-2. Lots of Little League action and softball action going on around us. And a called strike on the inside corner, and Andy Neese goes down looking, and that'll do it for the Rivermen. But they pick up 1 run on no hits. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base. So we've completed 1 with the Rivermen 1 and the Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Back here at Cinder City Park. Leading off the second inning for the Cavaliers is Josh Garcia. He'll be followed by Cole Timon and Ben Boda. Garcia hitting .244. Tyler Gray with the pitch. Garcia looks like a bunt, but takes it for a ball outside. Infielders playing up now, and Garcia hits one over toward short, picked up there by Sturz, throw to first, and they got him. That's going to bring up Cole Timon. Timon back from a bit of a vacation or break, missed a couple games as a result, but he's back now. Batting .158. Got off to a slow start, but as of late, he had been hitting the ball pretty well right before his break. First pitch is inside. There's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into left field, carrying way back. It's up against the fence, and Timon rounds first and heads into second with a stand-up double. Rooney kind of got on his horse that time, Luke Rooney did, and headed over towards that 327 sign. It landed just fair. Dimensions here at Cinder City Park, 327 to left, and what is that, 348? There's a guy standing right in my way. 348 to the power alley, and straightaway center field is 365. 352 to the power alley and right, and 330 down the right field line. Up now for the Cavs is Ben Boda. First pitch is a called strike. Boda hitting 156. Scored a couple runs last night. Had an RBI on a sacrifice fly. No balls, 2 strikes now to Ben Boda. Here's the pitch. That one's high for a ball. Here's the pitch. Boda chops it foul down the third base line. Wind pretty much blowing in, I think, for the most part. A little bit right to left. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ben Boda. And the pitch. High pop-up in the infield. Moving over is Stirs in left field, and he makes the catch. Got out there in shallow left field and made the catch. That's going to bring up designated hitter Jalen Pascal. Now, Jalen has a fantastic sounding batting average because he's batting 1,000, but he's only got 1 official at bat. That also happened to be a base hit. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Here's the pitch, inside for a ball. Jack Redwine is out running, by the way, as the courtesy runner for Timon. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyler Gray at the belt, and he delivers. Foul back against the screen. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Gray delivers the 1-2 pitch, and it's fouled up straight back. We're sitting here at Cinder City Park under our brand new awning, and I think we're for the most part safe from foul balls, but some of those are going straight up to come right back down again. Pitch is inside for a ball. Count evens up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on second. That's Jack Redwine out there. Here's the pitch. Foul back into the screen. That was kind of aimed at you that time, Ann.
I'm not used to this kind of attention.
Count holds at 2-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So for the Cavaliers, they pick up no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. So we've played an inning and a half, and it's the Rivermen 1 and the Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
We're back here at Cinder City Park in Altoona. Still plenty of time to get down here for this one. A lot of baseball activity going on here. Little League games and So on going on all around us. And the Cavaliers are taking on the Rivermen. Taking a look at the Cavaliers defensively. Around the infield, Garcia's over at third, Boda at short, Caden Erickson is at second, Cooper Kapanke at first, Cole Timon behind the plate. Out in the outfield, it's Cameron Kapanke, Xavier Bemnister, and Gabe O'Brien going from left to right. Andrew Milner on the mound. Leading off the bottom of the second inning for the Rivermen, Blake Logering. He's the extra hitter. Rivermen opting to bat 10 in their lineup tonight. Pitch on the outside corner called strike. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Milner winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Blake Logering. It brings up James Davis, the first baseman. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Milner winds and delivers. Just low ball one. One ball, one strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. Line shot out into center field, picked up by Bemnister and gets it back in quickly as Davis singles to center. Jake Becker, the catcher, coming up. And the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. That one's deep. It's going to find the fence. Picked up there and getting back in, and they will hold the runners at second and third. So Becker doubles to left field. Davis holds at third. Runners at second and third. Luke Rooney comes to the plate, left fielder. Here's the pitch. Strike called. Fastball at the belt. And the pitch. Foul back into the screen. No balls, two strikes now to Luke Rooney. And the pitch. Strike called. Big curveball. Started outside and broke right over the outside edge of the plate. And Rooney goes down looking. 2 down, and that brings up right fielder Alex St. John. Milner delivers. It's high for a ball. 2 down, runners at second and third. Milner trying to get out of this bit of a jam. Milner delivers. Fly ball out into right field. O'Brien under it, and he makes the catch. And that'll do it for the Rivermen. They pick up no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. We've played 2, and it's the Rivermen 1 and the Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family.
Heading to the top of the third inning, Cavaliers back to the top of the order with our Geno's player of the game, Caden Erickson. Caden doubled to left field his first time up. Spanked the ball pretty hard, sent it out to the warning track out there in left field. So Erickson comes to the plate. Erickson, one of those Cavaliers that made the All-Star team. We'll point those out as they come up. And it's a fly ball out into center field. Going over and making the catch is Lettner for the out. That's going to bring up Campbell Kapanke. Campbell fouled out right up against the fence to Davis. And he hits another one off to the right side foul. No balls and a strike. Owen won the count. Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the wind and the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball over to second, picked up, throw over to first in time. Johnson over to Davis. 4-3 on the put out. That'll bring up Gabe O'Brien. O'Brien drew a walk his first time up. We're in the third inning. Here's the pitch by Gray. It's high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. Strike called, counts even at 1-1. Here's the wind and the pitch, it's outside. 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1 pitch is low. It's now 3-1. Tyler Gray into the wind and the 3-1 pitch. That's a strike at the letters. Count is full and the payoff pitch. Chopped foul down the first baseline. I think he might have swung at ball 4 that time. Dan's nodding his head, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a curveball. Just
just got a hold of it, but it was outside.
Tyler Gray delivering the payoff pitch. Inside ball 4. Second walk of the night drawn by Gabe O'Brien. Second walk of the night given up by Tyler Gray. Brings up Cooper Kapanke, popped out to short his last trip up. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into left field, and it's foul. Teddy Joas got right over on the line to make sure he made the call. That wasn't foul by a whole lot. That one was headed for extra bases in the corner. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, or ground ball, over to first in time for the out. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We've played 2.5, and it's the Rivermen 1 and the Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
So we head to the bottom of the third inning. Due up for the Eau Claire Rivermen. Well, they're back to the top of the order. Lance Lettner, Brett Johnson, and Sawyer Sturz. And the first pitch misses low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Lettner was hit by a pitch his last time up. That one missed outside. Milner winds and fires. Strike called on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Milner wheels and deals. And it's a called strike. Counts even at 2-2 to Lance Lettner. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fouled away on the left side. Here's the wind and the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Breaking ball came down right over. And Lettner goes down looking. Strikeout number 5 for Milner tonight. And 4 of those have been looking. Brings up Brett Johnson. He was a victim of going down looking his first time up. That pitch was high for a ball. And the pitch. Soft little liner over to first. Kapanke has it. A race to the bag, and he wins the race. 3 unassisted. 2 down. Brings up Sawyer Sturz. Sturz does not have an official at bat yet because in RBI's sacrifice fly back in the first inning, accounting for the only run of the game. Fly ball foul on the right side. And the pitch. That just missed low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Milner winds and delivers. Chopper foul on the third base side. Milner looks in for the sign. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Rivermen go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 3, and it's the Rivermen 1 and the Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
We're heading into the 4th inning in a game that, I'm going to risk it, Dan, it's a game that's moving along just fine.
It is.
And we were just talking about that while we were away for break there, that, Milner, he's got 6 strikeouts in 3 innings of work. He's averaging 2 an inning. In fact, it does break down that way, too. 2 strikeouts each inning. And of those 6, 4 of them are strikeouts looking.
Yeah, just the first inning was rough inning a little bit. But
And even that wasn't so bad, other than a couple guys got in the way of the ball.
Yeah.
We'll say it that way, that they got in the way of the ball. So, leading off for the Cavaliers is Xavier Bemnister. Xavier flew out to right field last time up, and the first pitch is high and inside for ball. Tyler Gray goes into his motion and delivers down low, ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, the 2-0 pitch. That one went right down the middle of Water Street. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the wind and the 2-1 pitch. Missed outside. 3 balls and a strike. Hitter's pitch here for Xavier Bemnister. Tyler Gray winding and firing. That one caught the outside corner. Wasn't quite where Xavier wanted it. So the count goes full. Here's the wind and the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called at the knees.
Yeah, big curveball there.
That brings up Josh Garcia. Garcia grounded to short his last time up. Here's the wind and the pitch. He squares to bunt, doesn't. Takes it for a ball. Efforts over at third, playing in on the grass. Middle infield playing back. Gray into his motion. Bunts it, pop, foul on the third base side. Well, that's a cardinal sin when you're bunting, Dan. If you're going to bunt, you got to get it down.
Yeah, you don't have to push at it. Just let the ball hit it.
let gravity do its work.
Right.
1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Pop up. Dropping back is Stirs, and he makes the catch in shallow left field. That's the third one of those he's had today. So Garcia goes down and brings up Cole Timon. Doubled the left his last time up. Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike called at the letters. That ball had a lot of movement on it.
Yeah, we can get a pretty good view of curveball, fastball, high, low.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Fouled away on the right side. And they holler at the kids to watch out.
Yeah, there's a few games going on over here tonight.
And there's a field that's, I don't think it's 100 feet away from this one. Has a Little League game going on it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Cavaliers go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 3.5, and it's the Rivermen 1 and the Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday, June 28th, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Beef River Bullfrogs from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, June 28th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
And we're back here at Cinder City Park in Altoona. Rick Olson with you, along with Dan Petchow, Ann Monroe, and Cassie Johnson-Nelson. She's a little bit off to our left over here. Her view is a little different of the game. She waves at us. Cavaliers taking on the Eau Claire Rivermen. It's a battle for second place in the CRBL South, and right now the Rivermen are on top, 1-0. Due up for the Rivermen in the bottom of the 4th, Joel Efforts, Andy Neese, and Blake Logering. So Effort stepping in. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. That pitch is just a little bit low. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Bemnister just takes a few steps over to his right and makes a catch. That's going to bring up Andy Neese. Andy went down looking his first time up. Milner's pitch. Strike called on the inside third of the plate. And here's the pitch. That missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Foul back into the screen. Now it goes to 1-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. And that one got Andy Neese. So Neese on first. Blake Logering at the plate. Logering struck out his first time up. Pitch is a little outside for ball one. Milner delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Or 1 ball, 1 strike, I should say. First one was outside. Milner winds and fires. Foul ball out of play over towards the Little League game again. Now it's 1-2. To Blake Logering. There's the pitch. Strike 3 called. 2 down. It's going to bring up James Davis. He singled his last time up. Milner delivers. That missed low for ball one. Andrew Milner throw over to first, and back in safely is Andy Neese. Here's the pitch. Line shot foul on the right side, out of play. Andrew Milner delivers inside. 2 balls and a strike. Milner looks in and delivers inside. Now it's 3-1. Hitter's pitch now for James Davis. Neese takes his lead at first. And the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Moving over is Campbell Kapanke, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Rivermen, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We have played 4, and it's the Rivermen 1, Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Back here at Cinder City Park, we go to the 5th inning. And leading off the 5th inning for the Cavaliers is Ben Boda. Boda popped out to short. One of those that was back on the grass in left field that Stirs dropped back and made the catch. Tyler Gray on the mound. Wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. Strike one. Gray winds and the 0-1 pitch. Strike called. Curveball dropped in. No balls and 2 strikes. Time for a little choke and poke by Ben Boda here. And he gets a foul tip. That's the way you battle. Just get a piece of it. Stay alive. Do that long enough, you'll get something you want to hit. Right, Dan?
Yeah, just stay with it.
I kept doing that long enough. It still never got anything I wanted to hit. Here's the pitch. Line shot out into left center field. And Boda rounds first. He's going to hold there. And the throw gets past the cutoff man. And he's in safe. They had a shot at him going into second. And he beat the tag. He's going to get a base hit, a single, to left field. And then he got to second on an error by, I think it was the left fielder who made the throw that did not hit the cutoff man and gave Boda the chance to get the extra base. Brings up Jalen Pascal. Pascal struck out his first time up. Foul back into the screen. You know, that strikeout, Dan, that Pascal had his last time up dropped his batting average 500 points.
He should have quit.
Here's the pitch. That one's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Boda takes his lead at second. And the pitch. Check swing. Strike called on the outside corner. 1-2. Tyler Gray fires. Pop to first. Davis under it, makes the catch. That's going to bring up our Geno's player of the game, Caden Erickson. Don't forget, stop out at Geno's, mention Caden's name, and you get yourself a free soft drink. And somehow Caden, if I know Caden, he's going to find a way to score today, in which case it would turn into an appetizer. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul down the first baseline. Now it's foul. They let it roll. It's kind of a dangerous thing to do, Dan. You let it roll like that, it hits the wrong pebble, goes back fair before it gets to the bag. Caden has enough speed to beat that out. Kids are taught from Little League on, when it's foul like that, just touch that ball while it's foul. Just put a glove on it. No balls and a strike to Erickson. And the pitch. A hopper up the middle, picked up by Stirs, throw over to first, and they get it. Erickson, but Boda moves over to third. That brings up Campbell Kapanke. Campbell fouled out to Davis at first and then grounded to second in his 2 previous appearances. Fly ball out into right center field, moving over and making the catch is Lettner. So, for the Cavaliers, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. So we've played 4.5, and it's the Rivermen 1, Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 8th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Merrill, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Cowboy kickoff at 1:55 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, July 8th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And the first pitch to Jake Becker is a swing and a miss for strike one. Andrew Milner on the mound for the Cavaliers. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. Becker doubled his last time up to left field. He'll be followed by Luke Rooney and Alex St. John. No balls, two strikes. Here's the wind and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. Strikeout number 8 for Milner. Luke Rooney, victim of a strikeout looking his first time up. Here's the pitch. It's high and away for a ball. The wind and the 1-0 pitch. That's inside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Strike called. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Chased the high fastball, and he's mad at himself. Alex St. John comes to the plate, flew out to right field to Gabe O'Brien, his last time up. And the pitch, slow for a ball. This is not St. John, it's Carson Sokup. And there's a strike. One ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Strike 3 called. So Milner just struck out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We have played 5, and the score is the Rivermen 1 and the Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service. Any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
If I could be you, and you could be me, for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes.
Back here at Cinder City Park, Rick Olson, Dan Petchow, Ann Monroe, and Cassie Johnson-Nelson bringing you today's ball game between the Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Rivermen. Cavaliers coming off that thrilling extra inning walk-off win against the Augusta Athletics last night. 12-11 in 10 innings. We have a 1-0 game going on here as we head to the 6th with Gabe O'Brien coming up. Now Gabe has walked a couple times, so he has no official at-bats. Cavs have a total of 3 hits on the game tonight. Rivermen only have 2. Here's the pitch. Strike called. And the pitch. That one missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. It's outside for a ball. And the pitch. That's outside. 3 balls and a strike. And the called strike. So the count goes full. 3-2. And the pitch. That's low for ball 4. 3rd straight walk to Gabe O'Brien. That'll bring up Cooper Kapanke. Kapanke popped to short and grounded back to the pitcher in his 2 previous appearances. Tyler Gray delivers. Line shot out into left field. Falls in for a base hit. O'Brien has to stop at second. So runners at first and second for the Cavaliers. Brings up Xavier Bemnister. He flew to right and went down looking his last time up. We have a little bit of activity going on down in the Cavalier bullpen. I can't quite see who that is. Xavier shows bunt and in the process of trying to pull his bat back, the ball hit it. Foul ball. He wasn't very happy with himself on that one. Tyler Gray looking in. Checks over his shoulder at first. Bemnister offers, and it's a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Gray delivers. It's outside for a ball. And the pitch. Line shot, fair ball down the third base line. Rounding third, coming in to score is O'Brien. And the throw comes in, and they got the put out at third. Kapanke is out at third, but a good, solid base hit by Xavier Bemnister. And he wound up on second. He gets credit for a single to left with an RBI and went to second on the play. And the pitch is outside for a ball to Josh Garcia. So 1 out. And it's fouled off. Boy, Dan just went and got me the binoculars so I could see who was warming up, and they aren't warming up anymore. Thank you, Dan, for going through that effort.
Good time.
And it's a called strike to Josh Garcia. Garcia grounded to short and popped to short. So he and Sawyer Sturrs have had quite the relationship in this game. And ball falls in for a base hit. Rounding third, coming in and scoring is Xavier Bemnister. And they got Garcia at second trying to stretch it. Garcia's still going to get credit for a single to left. And he's put out at second. He gets the RBI as Bemnister came in to score. So the Cavaliers take the lead, 2-1. Brings up Cole Timon with the bases empty. Cavs trying to be a little aggressive out on the bases. Tyler Gray winds and fires his high for a ball. And the pitch. Caught the outside corner. I thought it was going to be outside, but it's 1 ball, 1 strike. To Cole Timon. Timon doubled. Strike on the inside corner. He also struck out. One ball and 2 strikes to Cole Timon. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Count holds at 1-2. 2 down. Tyler Gray with the pitch. Line shot out into left field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. And Cole Timon has a 2-hit day. And the courtesy runner, Jack Redwine, is coming out. To run for Timon. That's 4 straight hits to left field by the Cavaliers. Up steps Ben Boda, who's also singled to left in his previous at-bat. And it's a fly ball out into right field foul territory. Falls harmlessly to the ground. And it's a fly ball out into center field. Dropping back is Lettner, and he makes the catch. But for the Cavaliers, they pick up 2 runs on 4 hits. There were no errors and nobody left on base. So we've played 5.5, and it's the Cavaliers 2 and the Rivermen 1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Rivermen is the top of the order, Lance Lettner. Andrew Milner with the pitch, and it caught the outside corner for a strike. And the pitch, strike, curveball dropped in on the inside. No balls, 2 strikes. Tough time right now for hitters as the sun is getting right in the eyes. That pitch is a low and away. 1-2. We know because we're right behind him and it's right in our eyes. That one's a little high and inside. Counts even at 2-2. Tried to get the curveball to come in. It didn't want to do it. So Milner delivers and it's fouled off. Off the ice arena over there. They're thumping your ice arena, Dan.
Yeah.
Plenty of pucks have thumped it from the inside out.
Yeah. It's been a couple years since I played there.
And a chopper, foul territory, and Milner makes sure it stays foul. Count holds at 2-2. So Lance Lettner to step back in. Two balls, 2 strikes. Andrew Milner winds and fires. That's outside, ball 3. Full count now to Lance Lettner. He was hit by a pitch and struck out looking his 2 previous appearances. Chopper foul. Full count to Lance Lettner. And the pitch. Ground ball down the first base line. Kapanke fields it, steps on the bag for the out. That's going to bring up Brett Johnson. 0 for 2. Struck out looking and grounded to Kapanke. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's a called strike at the letters. Milner winds and delivers. Fly ball foul on the right side. There's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball over to short. Boda picks it up. Throws to first in time. Ben Boda with a barehanded pickup. And makes the play at first. Nice barehanded scoop by Boda. And just threw it right on rhythm over to Kapanke. 2 down. Brings up Sawyer Stirs. He has a sacrifice fly that accounts for the only run that the Rivermen have. First pitch was high. He also struck out. Milner winds and delivers. Foul back. That one made us both flinch, Ann.
That's the third one today.
Third one coming at you, huh? One ball, one strike. Two down. And the pitch. Strike right down the middle of Water Street. Here's the wind and the 1-2 pitch. That one's a little high. Counts even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fouled off. Count holds at 2-2. Milner winds and the 2-2 pitch. Pop foul back into the screen. Count holds it 2-2. Milner looks in for the side. Saw one he likes. He winds, he fires. Pop up foul out of play. And again, the count holds at 2-2. Sawyer stirs at the plate. Swing and a miss. Timon hangs on. And the Rivermen go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 6, and it's the Cavaliers 2, Rivermen 1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
Back here at Cinder City Park as the sun creeps a little bit lower. And maybe one more inning it'll be out of our eyes. So leading off for the Cavaliers in the top of the 7th, Jalen Pascal, who now has dropped his average to .333. He came into the game batting 1,000. Here's the wind and the pitch. And it was high for a ball. That's what happens with a small sample size. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Caught the inside corner. Tyler Gray into the wind and the motion. Ground ball out towards short. Scoop there, throw over to first, and they got him. Stirs bobbled the ball a little bit. And I gotta say, today the Cavaliers probably have the cutest bat boy in the league.
He's right in town.
and he gives
Right
Caden Erickson a knuckles as he walks by. Swing and a miss by Erickson for strike 1. Caden Erickson, our Geno's player of the game. Go out to Geno's Pizza tomorrow and mention Caden's name. Get yourself a free soft drink. Here's the pitch. High pop-up foul territory. Moving over and making the catch is Becker. So Erickson fouls out. It's going to bring up Campbell Kapanke. You know, you still have time after this game probably to get out to Geno's and mention Campbell's name because he was the Geno's player of the game last night, and he did earn the free appetizer. There's a pitch on the inside corner. So go out there and mention Campbell's name tonight and get a free appetizer. Here's the wind and the pitch by Gray, and Campbell grounds it to short. Stirs, tosses over to first in time. So the Cavaliers go down in order in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played 6.5. It's time for the 7th inning stretch on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Back here at Cinder City Park. We were just talking about the hot dogs here. They have pretty nice hot dogs here. Yeah. We've had some fabulous hot dogs. I really like those dogs we had down in Augusta. Those were really good.
Yeah. Wonder what their meat market name is. Did you hear?
The pitch is low. It's from Mike's Meats or something like that down in Augusta. Those were really tasty hot dogs. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the inside third of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is Joel Efforts. He was hit by a pitch and then flew out to center field. Hits a shot right into the glove of Cooper Kapanke. Took an extra base hit away from Joel Efforts. It's going to bring up Andy Neese. Went down looking and then was hit by the pitch. Andy's been at this game long enough. You get on base any way you can. There's the pitch. That was a little high. Ball 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. That was a little low. 2-0 is the count. Andrew Milner starting his 7th inning of work. And the pitch. Strike called. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball fielded by Boda, but there's no play that can be made. So Neese gets a hit. That's only the 3rd hit of the game for the Rivermen. It's going to bring up Blake Logering. He struck out twice, once swinging and once looking. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Andrew Milner coming with a little heat that time. And the pitch. Just low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch swung on, foul tipped into the glove of Timon, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. And the pitch. Pop up into foul territory, and it falls to the grass. Count holds at 1-2. Cavs on top, 2-1 as we're in the bottom of the 7th inning. You're at Cinder City Park. Cavs taking on the Eau Claire Rivermen. Blake Logering at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at first in Andy Neese. Milner looks over at first and delivers. Fouled into the dirt. Timon took a shot off of that one. It's going to take a minute to get his breath back. Ryan Bemnister came out to make sure that Cole Timon was okay, and Cole gave him a little wave of the hand. Yeah, I'm all right. Well, we call Cole the Iron Man for a lot of reasons. Yeah, Ann just said he gets smacked once per game, it seems like. At least. All right, Logering steps back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Milner delivers. Ground ball towards third. Picked up, foul ball. Logering and Kapanke came close to having a collision, and they decided to have an embrace instead down there at first base. Well, Cooper got run over yesterday, so I'm sure he appreciated the embrace. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Neese takes his lead, and the pitch. Just missed outside. That didn't miss by much. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. That missed inside, and the count is full. Milner looks in, and the payoff pitch. Chop foul at the plate. Count remains 3-2. Blake Logering battling at the plate. He's fouled a number of pitches off now. Here's the payoff pitch, and that was inside. It gets past Timon and down to second. Goes Andy Neese, but more as a result of the walk. That's the first walk given up by Milner. And heading out to the mound to talk things over, as the tying run is now on second. Jackson Vance heading down toward the bullpen to start warming up. Vance threw 2 innings last night. Gave up a hit, gave up a run. Walked 1, struck out 4. And we're going to get a pinch runner. And that's going to be Truman Loken in for Andy Neese out at second. So, James Davis at the plate, swings and misses for strike one. 1 out, 2 runners on, tying runs at second. Now Davis is singled and flew out to left. Milner delivers and is fouled off on the right side. It's 0-2. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. That makes Bemnister have to run for it. He picks it up at the fence. 1 run comes in. That's Loken coming in to score. Throw coming into the plate, and it gets past Hyman, and in to score is Logering. So a 2 RBI double for James Davis to center field. Puts the Rivermen back on top, 3-2. Jake Becker at the plate. And we're having a discussion. And now the umpires are talking it over. And I think he was questioning Loken being out at second. I'm not positive about that, but I think that's what Bemnister was questioning. Here's the pitch, back into the screen, and the runner heads over to third. Dan, you did have to say after the last inning that he was not missing by much.
Yeah, he's probably thrown 50 pitches so far.
Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Jake Becker, who doubled and struck out.
Looks like we do still have action in the Cavs bullpen.
Yeah, that's Jackson Vance down there warming up. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. James Davis on third. Pop up. In the infield, Milner there. Kapanke comes in and makes the catch. Rule of thumb is the infielder always takes the play rather than the pitcher. So with 2 down, brings up Luke Rooney, who has struck out twice. And a pop-up foul out of play. And the pitch right back towards my noggin that time. Good thing that post is right in front of me. Boy, that ball got really big in my eyes. And the pitch popped up, infield, Erickson under it, and he makes the catch. So that'll do it for the Rivermen, but not before they do a little damage with 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. So we've played 7, and it's the Rivermen 3, Cavaliers 2 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 8th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Merrill, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy kickoff at 1:55 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, July 8th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Back here at Cinder City Park, Cavaliers at the plate, Gabe O'Brien. And the pitch is high and away. O'Brien has done nothing but walk today. The 1-0 pitch, strike called on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a strike called again on that outside corner. 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, ground ball over to short. Picked up, throw over to first in time. Stirs over to Sokup at first. And O'Brien grounds out 6-3. Brings up Cooper Kapanke. Singled his left field his last time up. Started a string of 4 of those in a row. Little defensive change for the Rivermen. Carson Sokup is playing first base now. Here's the pitch. And it's high for a ball. So out in right field is James Davis. And there's a strike called. So Carson Sokup into the lineup for Alex St. John. There's the pitch. That's low for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. To Cooper Kapanke. Line shot foul. On the left side. He hit that one hard. Let's see him straighten that one out a little bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's out into left center field. It's going to fall in for a base hit, and Kapanke has his second hit of the night. That's going to bring up Xavier Bemnister. Now, Bemnister singled to left and then went to second on the play when they got Kapanke over at third. There's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. Bemnister eventually came in and scored. 1 out. Runner on first. Tyler Gray fires inside for a ball. No, he called it a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Little slow on the call that time. And the pitch swung on and foul tipped right into the glove, and Bemnister goes down swinging. 2 down. Brings up Josh Garcia. He had an RBI single his last time up. brought Bemnister around. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to second. Scoop there, throw over to first, and they got him. So for the Cavaliers, no runs on one hit, no errors, and one man left on base. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
So we head to the bottom of the 8th. New pitcher for the Cavaliers, Jackson Vance. So Andrew Milner threw 7 innings pitched, and he gave up 3 runs, all of which were earned, on 4 hits. Struck out. Let me find the right spot here. Struck out 11. And only walked 1. He did manage to hit a couple hitters. So Jackson Vance takes to the mound. Threw a couple innings last night. That was an outstanding pitching performance by Andrew Milner. Unfortunately, he can't get the win tonight because Cavs aren't ahead. Carson Sokup leading things off in the bottom of the 8th inning. Fouls it out of play on the left side. Vance looking in. Wheels and deals. Right back to Vance. Soft toss over to Kapanke for the out. I think that non-throwing shoulder of Vance is still bothering him. That's why he does that soft toss over there. But 1 down, back to the top of the order, Lance Lettner. 0 for 2, and was also hit by the pitch. And the pitch is just outside for a ball. Vance fires, fouled back into the screen, counts even at 1-1.
Hey, that's a good rip, kid.
Lettner steps in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Line shot out into left field. It's going to fall in. Kapanke cuts it off and holds him to a single. That brings up Brett Johnson. Johnson's 0 for 3. Struck out looking, grounded to Kapanke at first. And then grounded to Boda, who did a real nice barehanded play and threw him out at first. Pitch is inside for a ball. Vance delivers, and it's a strike called, and Timon can't quite get the handle on the ball as he was going to try to make the throw to second. Lettner gets the stolen base. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brett Johnson. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over to second. Erickson makes the play to first. Lettner holds at third. 2 down. That's going to bring up Sawyer Stirs. Stirs is 0 for 2, struck out twice. Had a sacrifice fly in the first inning. And the pitch. High pop-up. Erickson under it, and he makes the catch. So, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left for the Rivermen. We head to the 9th with the Eau Claire Rivermen on top of the Cavaliers, 3-2 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday, June 28th, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Beef River Bullfrogs from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, June 28th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 8th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Merrill, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 1:55 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, July 8th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
So we head to the 9th inning. Cavaliers down by a run. Due up for the Cavaliers, Cole Timon, Ben Boda, and Jalen Pascal. Timon is 2 for 3 tonight. Doubled, singled, and struck out. First pitch is outside for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball to left field, and they can't make the catch. It rolls out to the fence. Timon is going to cruise into second with a double. The tying run is in scoring position. 3 for 4 night for Timon. Jack Redwine coming in. We knew it was just a matter of time before Timon got that bat heated up. That's going to bring up Ben Boda. This might be an interesting time to see if the Cavs lay down a bunt. Tyler Gray trying to go the distance for the Rivermen. He fires in. It's inside for a ball. Gray delivers. Fly ball out into left center field. That's way back. It's off the fence. Here comes Redwine in with the tying run, and into second is Ben Boda. So Redwine comes in to score to tie the game at 3. Boda represents the go-ahead run. Jalen Pascal at the plate. 0 for 3 tonight. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. That one's inside for a ball. Here's the pitch. Strike called. That one was on the outside third of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jalen Pascal. Gray looking in for the sign. Boda takes his lead at second. Gray delivers. Pascal shows bunt. He offered, and I think he might even got a piece of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Interesting thought at that point. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyler Gray looks in for the sign. It's at the belt. 1-2 pitch. That one got him right square in the back. Takes us back to the top of the order, and our Geno's player of the game, Caden Erickson. We're going to get a visit to the mound by Andy Neese. I suspect this may be more just of a defensive talk, because the go-ahead run is on second. They're leaving Tyler Gray in. Remember, go out to Geno's tomorrow. Mention Caden's name and get yourself that free soft drink. And who knows, maybe here in the 9th inning, Caden will find a way to score a run and turn that into a free appetizer. Pitches at the knees for a strike. Caden is 1 for 4 tonight. That's a curveball, caught the inside corner. Had a little dart in that pitch that time. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. Pitch is outside. It gets away from Becker, but he covers it up pretty quickly. We have time called. Now we're ready to go. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Caden Erickson. Tyler Gray at the belt, and he delivers. Fly ball out to right field. Davis moves over, makes the catch, and the throw back in. Runners cannot advance. That's going to bring up Campbell Kapanke. We're tied in the 9th. Top of the 9th. 1 out. Cavaliers have runners at first and second. Those cardiac Cavaliers. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Moving over. Making the catch is Lettner. And the ball comes in. Nobody advances. 2 down brings up Gabe O'Brien. O'Brien is 0 for 1 on the day, grounded to short his last time up. Otherwise, he's walked 3 times. Tyler Gray doesn't want to give him anything too good to hit. Here's the pitch. High pop up. Out into left field. Moving over is Rooney, and he makes the catch. But in the 9th inning, the Cavaliers pick up a run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We played 8.5, and we're all tied at 3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Okay, Dan, we're heading to the bottom of the 9th inning. We were just saying if the Cavaliers are going to win, it's going to take extras 2 nights in a row.
I was going to say, I think we just saw that.
Yeah, we've seen this movie, right? So, due up for the Rivermen in the bottom of the inning is Joel Efforts. Andy Neese, who's re-entering the game after Loken was in. And Blake Logering. So Joel Efforts at the plate. He's 0 for 2 and got hit by the pitch. Fly ball foul on the right side. Out of play. Jackson Vance on the mound. He delivers. Inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vance looks in and delivers. Just missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. Effort steps in. Vance delivers. Boy, Vance is not missing by much on that inside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Ground ball over the glove of Vance. And out into center field. That's going to bring up Andy Neese, who re-enters the game. Winning run is on first with nobody out for the Rivermen. Andy Neese is 1 for 2. Shows bunt, lays it down, it goes foul. Andy's been around long enough, he knows how to lay down a good bunt. That was a nice looking bunt, other than it just wasn't inside the foul line. No balls and a strike. Showing bunt again. Fouls that one straight back. 0-2. Cavaliers will probably drop back and play regular depth now. Very few batters will attempt to bunt after they get 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on him, foul back. Count holds at 0-2. Jackson Vance looking in for the sign. And the 0-2 pitch. High chopper over to short. And they got him at first. Boda made the play. It did move efforts over to second. It's going to bring up Blake Logering. He's 0 for 2, struck out twice and walked. Scored what was at that time the go-ahead run for the Rivermen. Pitch is inside for a ball. That was the only walk given up by Andrew Milner. 1 ball, no strikes. Pop foul out of play. Efforts out at second. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Check swing. It was a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Blake Logering at the plate. Vance at the belt. And the pitch. Fouled away. Counts even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on second. Here's the pitch. And again, it's fouled away. Blake Logering battling at the plate. Count holds at 2-2. Jackson Vance at the belt. Looks over at second. And the 2-2 pitch. Oh, that did not miss by much. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Vance delivers. Pop foul or fair ball. Cooper Kapanke in. Under it, makes the catch. That's going to bring up James Davis. He had a 2 RBI double his last time up. He's the right fielder. He's got a 2-hit night going for him. He also singled back in the second inning. And Vance steps off the rubber. 2 down. Swing and a miss. A mighty swing that time by Davis. And Jackson Vance was up to the task. 1 strike. 2 down. Winning run on second. Here's the pitch. Fouled away, strike 2. Vance looks over at second. Now he delivers the 0-2 pitch. Just missed low. Pretty good chase pitch that time. But Davis wasn't biting. Sounds like me when I'm fishing. They're not biting. 1-2. Here's the pitch. High, and it's 2-2. Deuces are wild out there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Winning run on second. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We get some bonus baseball for the second night in a row. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base, and we're going to go to the 10th. All tied up at 3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
So we head to the top of the 10th inning. All tied at 3. Ann got a chance to watch the game last night on NLWN-TV, and she couldn't believe how exciting a game could get. Well, guess what? We get it again tonight, Ann.
I'm in.
So, due up for the Cavaliers. Cooper Kapanke, Xavier Bemnister, and Josh Garcia. Cooper's got a 2-hit night going. We're coming into the meat of the Cavalier lineup that has produced a good chunk of the hits for tonight. Cavs have 10 hits tonight. First pitch to Kapanke, swung on him, fouled away for strike 1. Taylor Gray delivers. It's outside for a ball. Should say Tyler Gray. There's the wind and the 1-1 pitch. Pop, foul out of play. That one was aimed at our camera, Dan. Had to have a talk with Cooper about that. Foul down the first base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm looking on the monitor, and there's no damage done to that camera. Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Cooper didn't like that, but the page got ripped by Teddy Joas. That's going to bring up Xavier Bemnister. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Single to the left. Struck out a couple times and flew to right. First pitch is a strike at the letters. Tyler Gray hasn't lost anything as this game goes on. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Moving over is Lettner, and he makes the catch. So, brings up Josh Garcia. Garcia is 1 for 4. He singled to left. Grounded to second his last time up. Gray winds and fires. Strike called at the knees. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fouled off on the left side down the left field line. No balls and 2 strikes to Josh Garcia. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's outside for a ball. It was a chase pitch by Gray. Garcia not biting on that one. 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Things are all even at 2-2 with 2 down. There's the wind and the pitch. Check swing, strike 3 called. And the Cavaliers go down in order in the 10th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the 10th, all tied up at 3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Alvo, your friendly digital retirement coach. For free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
So we're heading to the bottom of the 10th inning. All tied at 3. Jackson Vance on the mound for the Cavaliers. Cavaliers have 3 runs on 10 hits, and the Rivermen have 3 runs on 5 hits, 6 hits. And leading off the bottom of the 10th for the Eau Claire Rivermen is Jake Becker. 1 for 3. He doubled his first time up, but since then he struck out and popped to first base. Vance at the belt, and he delivers. Outside for ball 1. Vance starting his 3rd inning of work. He delivers. Swing and a miss. Counts even at 1-1. Andrew Milner went 7 innings. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Vance looking in and delivers. Strike 3 called. That's going to bring up Luke Rooney. 0 for 3, struck out twice and popped to Erickson out at second base. There's the pitch, and it's fouled back into the screen. No balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Vance delivers. It's outside for a ball. Jackson Vance at the belt, and he delivers. Fly ball out in towards center field, and making the catch is Bemnister. 2 down. Brings up Cameron Cusson Sokup. Can't even read my own handwriting here. Carson Sokup, and he is 0 for 2. Struck out and grounded back to the pitcher. Pitch was just a little high for a ball. About hat bill highs that time. Vance looking in, and he delivers. That's a strike called at the knees on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. And the pitch, outside, ball 2. Lance Lettner on deck for the Rivermen. Two balls and 1 strike. Jackson Vance looking in, and he delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That ball's got some movement on it, Dan. He's got those batters a little off balance.
Yeah, good curveball. Saw that last night.
Vance wheels and deals. That's outside. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. The string has been run out to Carson Sokup. Vance delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Catcher drops the ball, but he throws it down to first to complete the put out. So for the Rivermen, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and we're going to have even some more bonus baseball. We head to the 11th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday, June 28th, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Beef River Bullfrogs from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, June 28th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And at the rate things are going here at Cinder City Park, that game against the Beef River Bullfrogs on Wednesday, this one might not be done by then. We're still tied at 3. We're in the 11th. Due up for the Cavaliers is Cole Timon, followed by Ben Boda and Jalen Pascal. Timon has a 3-hit night going for him, and 2 of those are doubles. Tyler Gray being the workhorse out there for the Rivermen. Starting his 11th inning of work. So as I said, Timon is 3 for 4. Doubled, struck out, singled, and doubled. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Moving over is Lettner, and he makes the catch. That's going to bring up Ben Boda. Boda is 2 for 4 tonight. He singled and doubled. Ben Boda's bat has started getting hot as of late as well. Cavs have been waiting for that part of the lineup to start showing a little fire, and Timon and Boda are showing it. Here's the pitch. High pop-up out into center field. Lettner moves over, and he makes the catch. Jalen Pascal coming up. He got hit by a pitch his last time up. Otherwise, he's 0 for 3. So his batting average has dropped down to .250. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was probably inside. Wind and the pitch by Gray. Strike called on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here's the wind and the 0-2 pitch. Outside. One ball and 2 strikes. There's the wind and the 1-2 pitch. That one missed outside. Counts even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Here's the wind and the 2-2 pitch. High pop-up. Into shallow center field, coming in hard is Lettner, and he made the catch. A very nice catch by Lance Lettner out there in center field, having to dive for it, and he came up with it. So all 3 Cavaliers flew out to center field, and no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the 11th. And we're still tied at 3 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How is it? Is it good?
Bottom of the 11th inning, Lance Lettner leading off for the Rivermen. My mouth is getting tired. This is 2 nights of this. We get to do it all again on Wednesday. Here's the pitch. That missed outside. Jackson Vance on the mound. 2 balls, no strikes. Lettner is 1 for 3. Singled his last time up. Here's the pitch. That one's inside for a ball. 3-0 is the count. Lettner's probably going to be taking this one. Here's Vance's get me over pitch, and he got it over. 3 balls and a strike. Vance winds and fires, and it's low. So Lettner draws a walk. That'll bring up Brett Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 4. Rounded to second his last time up. Here's the pitch. Johnson squares to bunt. Vance picks it up, throws it over to first. So it's a sacrifice bunt. And Lettner moves over to second. Going to bring up Sawyer Stirs with 1 down. Stirs is 0 for 3. He also has a sacrifice fly. Lettner quite a ways off the bag at second. Vance delivers. Called strike on the outside corner. No balls and a strike. To Stirs. And the pitch. Fouled away. Strike 2. All the little kid games are done. I was going to say it's past their bedtime, but heck, it's past mine. Jackson Vance delivers. It's low for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Chopper over to third. Throw to first. And coming in to score is Lance Lettner. A low throw over to Kapanke. And Lettner comes in to score the winning run. So the final score is the Eau Claire Rivermen 4 and the Cavaliers 3. Winning pitcher in this game is Tyler Gray. He went the distance. And the losing pitcher is going to be Jackson Vance. And we'll have more information for you when we get to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game. Time now for Talkin' Baseball, with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game, presented by Mama Squirrels Cleaning and more. And now, back out to the ballpark.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
And we're back here at Cinder City Park, where the Cavaliers come up on a short end of the extra inning classic, you could almost call it, against the Eau Claire Rivermen by a score of 4-3. And so the Rivermen and the Cavaliers are going to swap positions in the standings, as the Cavalier record is going to drop to 7-5 and the Rivermen go to 7-4. They'll be a half game ahead of the Cavaliers. Cavaliers got Well, Rivermen got 4 runs on 6 hits. They didn't commit any errors. Cavaliers 3 runs on 10 hits, and the only error they committed was on that very last play of the game. And they couldn't get the out at first, which would have got them out of the inning, and Lance Lettner came in and scored. And so the Cavaliers come up on the short end of it. Dan, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought that both teams are really clean tonight. And good job by Andrew Milner. He had a good out.
Yeah, it's too bad he can't get any credit for anything in this one because he had a really good outing, struck out 11, and really did a nice job on the mound. Jackson Vance came in and pitched well. It's an unearned run that he gave up that lost the game, and he doesn't deserve that, but unfortunately that's the way the winning and losing goes, and so we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get manager Ryan Bemnister over here in just a minute to talk to us about this one. And I'll tell you what, why don't we take a timeout while we wait for Ryan to come over, and we'll have a chat with him on NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Alvo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How is it? Is it good?
And we're back here at Cinder City Park talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister. Yesterday you win in walk-off style. You drop one in walk-off style. The only error you have all night was that one on that last play. And tough way to lose one, but boy, oh boy, what a ball game.
Yeah, it's a fun ball game to play, extra inning games. Rivermen came to play today. They threw Gray at us, I think his name was.
Tyler Gray, yes.
Hell of a pitcher. Did a great job out there through the whole damn game. We knew it was coming, and the hitters just didn't do anything with it.
And even at that, they still scraped together 10 hits and put 3 runs on the board against a pretty good pitcher. Your starting pitcher, Andrew Milner, he settled down after that first inning and just threw a gem of a game.
Yeah, he threw really well. He only made basically couple mistakes, the pass ball in the first inning, but that one mistake pitch in the 7th was the one that got him out of the game. That's why we didn't bring him back out in the 8th. But then Jax came in and pitched really well all the way through the 11th, and he was even throwing well in the 11th on that stuff there. But, you can't walk a guy in extra innings and not expect him not to score. It just hurt us a little bit. But, yeah, the pitching today was great.
Even at that, you had a chance at getting him out and getting out of the inning.
Yep. Yeah, and that's a 50-50 ball, and the one that Garcia fields at third. You eat it and hope for like a fly ball and a strikeout or something, and just take a chance. He took a chance, and it just didn't work this time. So,
and sometimes that's baseball. That's the way the game gets played, and so you and the Rivermen swap positions in the CRBL South, and lot of season left, so nothing is done yet.
No, that's what we told the guys. It said, I'm hanging this one on me just because I should have done some different things in the 9th, and I talked to the guys about that, and they'll know what I'm saying right now and understand. But it's a hard one to swallow. It's not a very good game for the Cavs because we're better than this, and we've been better than this all year long, but we're not playing up to our potential yet. I fear for other teams once we reach that point.
And it looks like that bottom part of the lineup, those bats are starting to come alive.
Yeah, and that's what's going to be scary. If we can combine the top half was okay tonight, the bottom half was spectacular.
Cole Timon, holy cow. What was that, 3 for 4, I think he went tonight? Or 3 for 5, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and a couple of doubles in there. And every time he hit the ball, it was well hit. And so he came around. Ben Boda had a couple nice base hits. That part of the order came through nicely for you.
Yeah, it was good to see that happen and things like that, but something we talked about with the kids too. It's one or two guys aren't going to win a game for us. It takes a team to win, and that's what we got to be.
And so that's what you're going to try and do on Wednesday against the Beef River Bullfrogs.
Yep, not looking past anybody there, so we're going to give Beef River our best, and hopefully we can just wash this one away and get a win on Wednesday.
There you go. So we will see you on Wednesday at Carson Park against the Bullfrogs. Thank you for joining us tonight on Talkin' Baseball, and we'll be back to wrap things up right after this timeout. You're tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, July 8th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Merrill, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 1:55 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, July 8th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
And back here to just wrap some things up here from Cinder City Park in Altoona. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, Ann Monroe, and Cassie Johnson-Nelson bringing you tonight's game, which the Cavaliers drop in extra innings by a score of 4-3 to the Eau Claire Rivermen in a very entertaining baseball game. I know that manager Ryan Bemnister was a little dejected. He was hoping this was one they could win, and standings-wise, it hurt a little bit, but there's still plenty of time to come back and make good things happen. Winning pitcher tonight was Tyler Gray, who absolutely was outstanding, went 11 innings going the distance. And the losing pitcher was Jackson Vance in relief of Andrew Milner, who also threw a really good game. Cavaliers' overall record goes to 9 wins and 6 losses. They're 7-5 in the CRBL. So, don't forget to join us on Wednesday night on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV when we bring you the Cavaliers as they take on, get my flashlight going here, as they take on the Beef River Bullfrogs from Carson Park. Dugout show starts at 6:30 with play-by-play action coming right after that. That's Cavaliers against the Bullfrogs on Wednesday. Also join NLWN-2 for exciting Eau Claire Cowboy football. And our next game will be Saturday, July 8th, when the Cowboys travel to Merrill, Wisconsin to take on the Central Wisconsin Bandits. Cowboy kickoff starts at 1:45 p.m. with live play-by-play action following. That's kind of a strange start time, but they've moved that kickoff to 2:15. So 1:45 with Cowboy kickoff on that one. Hey, the Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind all veterans of the United States military that they can get a lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veteran's identification, and then the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. It's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. Today's Geno's player of the game was Caden Erickson. And Caden did not score today. So tomorrow when you go out to Geno's, drop Caden's name, you'll get a free soft drink. They''ll be happy to do that for you. And that's courtesy of the nice folks out at Geno's Pizza. Today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game is brought to you by Geno's Pizza, right next to Action City, near the intersection of Highways 93 and I-94. Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for Western Wisconsin. The Goat Coffee House at 336 Water Street for good coffee and great sandwiches. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Menominee Eye and Optical with quality, personalized care for you and your family. Mama Squirrel's Cleaning and More, ready to get your house sparkling. Your Napa Auto Parts store at 3580 Mall Drive in Eau Claire. Slayton's Technology Service, the official IT provider for the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. And also don't forget the Royal Credit Union. They're different in a good way. So be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So for Dan Petchow and Ann Monroe and Cassie Johnson Nelson, this is Rick Olson. That final score once again, the Eau Claire Rivermen 4, Cavaliers 3. You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.